Welcome to
On Time for Mom Time.
where you are right on time. We are your hosts. I'm Brittany Pelletz.
And I am Stacie Lopez, and we are so excited for our guests today from the Abilene Public Library. We have librarian extraordinaire Alyssa Crow.
Yes, and for 19 years she's been doing this. It's a real treat.
Welcome to On Time for Mom Time. For all the West Texas moms balancing busy days and big hearts, this one's for you. Take a breath and settle in, only on Big Country Homepage.
You have been with the Abilene Public Library for 19 years.
Wow.
You are the public services manager there.
Yes.
Talk to us about what brought you to Abilene and kind of just the journey you've been on.
Well, I started at my tiny hometown library in Wolford, Texas, as one of my first after-school jobs. I was 16, and then I worked all the way through high school and decided I could do this forever. But Texas Tech did not have a library science degree, so I went to Texas Women's University in the Metroplex, and then got my master's, and Abilene is the first place that offered me a job. So here I am.
I can
and
relate to
I've
that.
stayed.
That's exactly the same.
We're all here.
Yes.
And we're all here. Yeah.
I love it.
I love that too. Yes. So when you came here, I guess, did you think that you'd be here this
Forever?
long? Like, was that long?
Honestly, no.
Okay.
Abilene was the first place, and I did have family in the area, so I thought, well, I can start here. And then once I was here, I really found that I could make the job like my own.
Wanted,
Yes.
And-
And she has.
Right? That's excellent. Thank you very much. I just enjoyed what I found here, what I created here, and I didn't feel the need to leave or go anywhere else. So
We are
We're glad
grateful
you
for you.
stayed.
Yeah, we're
Yes.
grateful for you. Yeah.
We were reminiscing about just our own journey to motherhood and looking for that outlet and programs and to encourage literacy and reading. And we were thinking that probably you were at
Probably,
several of our
yeah.
story times that we did. I mean, my oldest daughter is 10 now, but we were going when she was, I don't know, barely sitting up.
a
and they
little,
had me,
yeah.
like, braced, to listen to story
Sit in
time.
Mommy's
and-
lap. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was such a beautiful time. Talk to me about why you like your job, like what you like doing there.
Well, what I really like to do, and my goal for programs for public service, is to create a wow moment, to expose kiddos and families to things that they thought a library does that. Wow. As they walk in, something they haven't seen before, or a program that they thought, I didn't realize we could do this in a library, or the library could help me do that. That's what I like the best, like providing those things. Sometimes they don't even know that they need it until, wow, I can, like that's what I enjoy. And that because I've been here in Abilene for quite a while. The first time it happened, I was like, oh my God, when I got a graduation invitation from one of my storytime babies.
Oh,
I was like,
love that.
First off, you shouldn't be that old.
I know, because that's
In my head, you're still
Baby.
a 5-year-old ready to
Yes.
go to school.
Aw.
And then that has been, here lately, what has been most gratifying to me to see these kiddos that I saw at Storytime and then how they have grown. And then there's the first one who sent me his graduation invitation. He is married now, and he's got a little one,
Oh,
and
he's bringing
Stop it.
and
activities?
coming
Oh, the
to
full
story
circle
time.
That's a whole story. That's a whole
And
nother story in
it's-
itself.
That is.
I was like, oh my gosh. And I can see in his daughter, right, him, and it's,
Your
I love that.
Your library babies.
I
That's
love
what we
that.
can call
Yes.
them, right?
I love
Yes.
that
You were
so
just saying that,
much.
like, they'll see you in the store
yes,
and they
you gotta
call
share
you
this.
library. Tell us that story.
Yes.
Well, when I started, right, the library does outreach programs. So we go to daycares and we go to after school
So awesome.
programs and things. And yes, while I introduce myself, and most library staff do as their name, hi, Miss Alyssa, I'm here to do story time. Make sure you guys come to the library. But then I'll be grocery shopping. And children will run up and, give me a hug and, oh, yay, we're so excited. And then their parents, who I have never met because I only see them at
Their
the
daycare.
outreach
Yes.
with a little bit of, who is this person
Why
with
are
my
my
child?
kids-
Yeah. But they call me, it's library. Like that's my
library.
name. Like that's where I live. Like I shouldn't be anywhere else except at the library or in their
Aw.
in their class, which is which is pretty fun too.
It
And
is
then
fun.
parents are like, oh, okay,
Hey,
not
they
And
do
you
know
obviously
you.
made a big impression too,
Right?
to see that out
So-
of your element too. And
right. It's something they remember, which is fun for me too. So
Oh,
I enjoy that
I love
also.
that. Well, one thing I wanted to share, you don't have children of your own, but
I
you
do not.
do have quite a few nieces and nephews.
I do have
And-
quite a few.
And then you spend most of your time,
With-
well, I guess not most of your time.
Yeah.
You spend a portion of your
Quite a
work
bit.
schedule with children. So
Yes.
you like kids at least a little.
I do. I do. Yes. I don't know if I could handle being a teacher all day, every day.
Yeah,
Um,
same here.
But I enjoy kids can be so quirky, right? They're interested and curious about so many things. Reading a story and then they have a question about something that I just glossed over, didn't even
Okay.
think
Think
that it
about
should
it.
have
Yeah,
been.
they really think outside of the box that
question.
way. Yes.
Yeah, like that joke, how do you put a giraffe in a refrigerator?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Right, and the preface to that is, well, there's already an elephant in there, so you got to take the elephant
Take
out.
the elephant out.
Oh,
And
yes.
as I'm reading stories, they're like, "Oh, what's that?" I'm like, "What are you?
What do you mean?"
What do you mean?"
That's funny.
So, because story time is really more a conversation.
Mhm.
I'm telling the story to the kids, reading the book, showing how you're supposed to read books, modeling that for them, why it's interesting,
Yes.
drawing attention to things on the page so that they can be more curious about it.
Yes.
And then the questions that they ask teaches me things too.
All
like,
the time.
oh,
Every day I'm like, oh, I guess
Right.
I'll
That's something
look into
new.
that.
yeah.
Yes.
So let me see if I have any more books about that. That would be interesting if that's something that all of them
Mhm.
Yes.
are questioning
yeah.
or thinking like, oh, okay, apparently we need more books about
Yeah.
geckos. Sure.
I love
That's
I love it.
right. So
And on the topic of reading, too, really quickly, we both have,
Kids always-
the way that we have raised our kids is we've been reading to them since they were born. Like,
Yeah,
since the
yeah.
first day I brought home
Yes.
Levi, I was reading to him. So as a librarian, can you talk to that, too, about how important it is
Starting it
to start
early
early
and-
and to have that
Yes.
literacy?
Continue nurturing it too, and
Yeah.
how easy you guys are making it by offering
Right.
so much. Yes.
a love of reading is a learned skill. Right. So if a child sees or shares stories with their parent and that's something that the parent places a good emphasis on, that is one of the most well-known indicators of future success. So it doesn't matter, how much money you've got or where you live or what your parents do or what you're planning to do. Valuing reading and literacy is one of the most important skills that we can give to kids. And it's so important for their education, growth, knowledge also. So the earlier you start, the more it grows. Because once you learn to read, then you read to learn,
Yes.
which is the basis of our education
Yeah, it
system.
is.
So
It's so
really
fun.
important. And to work on your early literacy skills, your hearing language, your learning language, how to have conversations with people,
Yes,
even if
oh,
it's in a
yes.
story. You're being kind of exposed to other cultures, other parts of the world, other like folk tales. It's really an interesting one that, there's so many Red Riding Hood stories, for example,
Oh yes.
that, my favorite one was Lon Popo, right? Which they're like, oh my God, that's what? It's Red Riding Hood,
Yes.
just not in this country. So
We recently just did an event reading to children at one of the local elementary schools,
did.
and there were different variations of Goldilocks. Like
yeah.
I know the stories that I've known, and this was I loved it. Like the new
Right.
perspective, and it's just it's tying in the old but making it new, and yeah, it's so fun.
Well, and there's so many. There's such a wide variety of stories available. And Abilene has some excellent programs and services aimed at the younger kiddos. We've got the 1,000 Books Before Kindergarten, which aims to have exposed to kids 1,000 books, not necessarily 1,000 different books, because my niece sure did love the one story that we read
that was a
20
huge part of it.
times.
Yes.
And, I can recite it without having the book,
Right.
and so can she.
Yes.
So all of that counts.
Brown Bear and Goodnight Moon are two
Right.
of those for our
Exactly. So there are so many that, and kids like the repetition, and then they're learning, and as they want to tell the story themselves or put themselves in the story. So that's one that we offer. There's also Dolly Parton's Imagination Library.
That, yep.
which if you sign up, then you get a free book in the mail every month until your child turns
How fun
5.
is that?
And we
I
just
mean,
graduated from that program. Just
Yes.
a sad moment for me.
Sweet.
We did get our message in the mail that said, "You've graduated." I'm like,
Yes.
Oh,
He's
you're
already
like, I didn't want- I know.
But we loved it. A
Oh.
book every month, and he
A book
got
every month.
so excited to open the mail and
Yeah.
see that book.
Oh.
Right, and
Right,
that's
yeah.
that's half of it. Them being excited
Yes, it's
about
huge.
books is huge.
Let's talk about, so for people who haven't heard of this and are
Mm-hmm.
just hearing it now, the way they go to do this is on the city's website. Or they do this through
There
Dolly
is
Parton?
information
Okay.
on the website.
Mhm.
You can
Yes.
also pick up the forms to register for those at the library. Dolly Parton Imagination Library. You can also do that at United Way. So there's
great
that.
program.
It is. It's
Yeah.
wonderful, and we're excited. And it's not just City of Abilene. It's Taylor County and its
Mm-hmm.
surrounding counties. So it's.
I will say some of the books we got too were in multiple languages,
Mhm.
which
That's
was great
cool.
because
They
not
try.
everyone speaks English, and
Yeah.
you
Yes.
wanting all kids to learn to read, and so that was cool to have a book that was in English and Spanish because we're trying to teach our kid both, and so we got to read it in both, or I attempted to try to read it in both, but you know what, we were both learning.
Right?
It's fine.
Exactly. You're
Yes.
both learning.
No, that's
Yeah.
why it's
Yeah.
fun. Yeah, I love when they bring home a new book. I'm getting a little sad that like more of the books that are coming home, don't have pictures.
Right,
and
they're
they're-
chapter
they're
books.
Chapter books. I'm like, oh, I missed the like tangible, like cute story and the nice
Mm-hmm.
illustrations. So I mean, so much of children's books though have messages for all of us. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
they're great to read no matter how old you are. One thing
Right.
that we were sharing before that I just wanted to mention that I'm guilty of not correcting my son. He's 7 and in first grade, and he is at a very high reading level. I'm very proud of him, but he does call it friction and non-friction.
I'm gonna call it that from now
And
on.
I cannot.
I think we all should. That
I
should
mean,
be
it's
what
just
it is.
so cute. I don't know if it's as cute like when I say it, friction and non-friction.
if Brody says it,
if
it's
Brody
cute.
says it, it's adorable. So,
I love it.
yeah, it's one of those things that I just can't bring into
Yeah.
myself. They grow up so fast and get to these chapter books and
Mm-hmm.
to this new chapter that
Yeah.
it's sad to leave behind.
And you do have a lot of programming. I started with Levi when he was, like you said, couldn't even sit up on his own. He was in my lap. So let's talk about that too. Just the different options you have
Not
for
just
moms.
for the little.
It's
Yeah, all the way
it's
up
for
to-
all ages.
all ages up to
all
99
ages
and above.
Sure.
Yeah.
For our littles, it starts with baby steps.
Mm-hmm.
So that one is for newborns to walkers.
Yes.
Kind of whatever that
Yeah.
age
Is-
hits your child,
yes.
because there is very much a difference
There
between.
is.
I call it pet rock stage, where you can put the baby down and the baby stays, as to
That's
the
hilarious. Like, me too.
right, or them running
When they're
around.
mobile, it's a whole different.
Yeah, and
ballgame.
the developmentally, they're very
Yes.
in very different places. So once they hit walking,
graduate from-
right, or at
Or running.
one, then there's other programs,
Yes.
right? So there's Mother Goose on the Loose, which
That
is
was
from 0
fun.
to
I loved that
5.
one. Lots of singing.
There's lots of singing. Then there's Toddler Time, which is our 1-ish to 3-ish.
Okay.
And we have regular preschool story time. There's some other ones like Mockingbird did just close. However, their programs that they were doing, the story times specifically, are being incorporated into the main library schedule. So those story times will still be happening, just at the main library,
Yes.
not at Mockingbird. But it goes through all the ages. Tween, teen programs, adult programs, ones for entire families. So there's so many things happening at the library. In any given day,
Always.
there's at least one program
Yeah.
somewhere.
Awesome.
And it's not
Yes.
just book things like
It's not just books.
dinosaurs and tea parties that I
That
just
Right?
just
happened.
happened
That was
this
last
that
weekend.
was
weekend.
adorable.
Yes, it was so much fun. We did that the first time last year, and it got really good turnout,
Mhm.
like so much that it was overflowing the
Overwhelming.
room that we had it in. So this one went a little bit differently. There were stations people rotated through. So
You learned from the first
we
one.
did,
Yes.
and because we wanted everyone to come back, but we didn't
Yes.
want people to think, oh no, it was
can't
crazy
handle
last
it.
time.
Yeah.
We're not going
Yeah.
back. And then of course our summer reading
It's so popular. Yeah.
that happens
So
every June,
good.
July. So
I did
this
that. I remember doing that as a kid though, and you get your
Same.
little like
and it's very rewarding, whatever it is
Yeah.
that you're given at the end. that
prizes. We do have
completes the-
prizes.
prizes.
Yeah.
Well, even so, we are, as soon as we moved back to town, so we've been gone for 6 years, like one of the first stops was getting library
Getting a
cards. That was
library
really
card.
important to us.
Nice.
We've always had like a close relationship with at least checking out books and,
Yeah.
and my kids have always found the space, very inviting and we wanted them to like the library and
Yeah.
not just a bookstore where you get to buy it.
Right. Yeah.
And so one of the first things that we did at the South Branch was like the scavenger hunts that are offered.
Yes.
Like that's my 10-year-old daughter, my 7-year-old son.
Right. Everybody does.
They love it, and they you guys and your team do a good job because we're always in there a little extra. I'm like, are we done yet? Like, where's that last clue? Like, why aren't we finding this?
Yeah.
So it's really neat to see ways that you guys are incorporating, like, stay a while. Like,
Right,
not just
Because exactly, we want the library to be a community space, like a gathering place. We want them to feel like home away from home, not necessarily treat it like your house, but
a little more respect. No.
right, just a little bit. But to not just come in, get your book and go. So come in and see what activities are there. We've got, our off stations for little ones, or we do still have a couple of them that, they can work on that. A little story. At Old South, when we first got the off stations, that's the integrated learning, just educational software. Like, it doesn't do internet. It doesn't do any sort of word processing. It just does learning games. There was a homeschool family. The mom, the older sister, and the younger brother were coming to story time. And the little one was 4. And they would come to do the things and would come to story time, but he always brought his briefcase, like an actual briefcase,
I love that.
because he was doing his work,
That's
on
so
the
cute.
off station. I was like, this is the greatest thing in the history of things. And
4-year-old
because
with a briefcase.
right, because they were doing their schoolwork
work.
at the
Love that.
library with the older sister, right, using our computers
and we have a lot
available.
of homeschool families in this area, so I'm
So
sure.
I was like, oh my God, that's his
adorable.
work, because he wanted to do school too with his briefcase. It
so
was
cute.
So cute.
That is adorable.
So there's so many things to do, so many things that the library offers
One
for all
thing-
ages.
Yeah, we were talking about, you're kind of behind a lot of the magic, like, that's actually displayed.
She's creative and
projects.
magical
Talk
and-
about
I do
that.
enjoy the creative aspects of that. Again, that's part of the wow factor. They come in like, oh my God, this is crazy. And at the South Branch, I had the opportunity to do it on a much larger scale. So that's where it started. So I have made many a thing. And there are some videos on our Facebook page, the library's Facebook
Yes,
page, if you
check
want to
those
look at
out.
that.
It's fun. Get some inspo.
Right. So I made a large, I would say full size, but I honestly don't know how big igloos are originally. I don't know. Just enough so the kids could crawl in.
Yes.
And then I've done dragons, and there's, like, last year it was a whole Christmas scene. There's a Lego helicopter. There's a lot. And I'm also doing the main
That Lego
library.
helicopter was a good one, and I think I was expecting there to be a clue on that scavenger hunt, and there wasn't, or something. Because I was like, "This is impressive! Like, what?"
Well, it took a lot, and then we put it up, and then we decided not to take it down.
I
So
don't blame you.
It
When
stayed
you work
up
that
for
hard, it's
a couple
it's
of
a feature
summers.
piece. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. Oh,
I do have to ask, since we're talking about books and you're a librarian, what are you reading right now? Are you reading anything? I need to know.
Friction or non-friction?
Friction or
It
not
is-
friction?
Well, I read all the things,
Okay.
but I do not particularly enjoy autobiography. It's not my favorite genre,
Yeah,
but I do read it. However, my favorite book is an autobiography.
Okay.
It's called Let's Pretend This Never Happened by Jenny
Okay.
Lawson.
Okay.
She's kind of a local girl, San Angelo, about her life. And
Cool.
like, it is... She's also the bloggess. She has a blog if you want to look at some of those. And Let's Pretend This Never Happened is like an expansion of some of her blog posts, and interspersed with stories throughout her life. And as I read it, I die laughing every time. Like, that is the book that I recommend to people. Like, after that first year when I bought
You
it,
want to read it?
I
it's
know.
so good. Like, I have it in every version. I have it in audio.
Wow.
I have it in paperback. I have it in hardback. Like,
If
I
that's
gave,
not a selling point. I don't know what
Sold.
is.
yeah,
That
I
often
gave
said that.
everyone I know
A book.
that book for Christmas.
I love that.
So it's when I have nothing to read at the moment, like when I'm waiting for that next book to come out, I go back to Let's Pretend This Never Happened.
Oh.
I just finished The Housemaid. I like murder mystery. That's my
Oh.
thing. And
Yeah.
I did all the book series on that, and now I'm ready for the movie to come out.
Mhm.
Not sure how it's gonna
Right?
play out,
The
'cause I've
translation
read it.
there is
You
sometimes.
read, you're like, oh, you get your own thoughts of like what it's
Right.
gonna look like, and then now the movie's out. So sometimes, a lot of times, that does happen where you're like, that's not what I was thinking.
Exactly.
I
That's
know.
not what they look
No.
like. That's not how that's
Yeah.
described.
But a lot of my books too, we can talk about this. Is I read it on Hoopla, the audiobooks, because
Our electronic
we're
version.
busy moms. Sometimes I
Yeah.
can't sit
It's
and
good
read a
to- in the
book.
car and
You got to
Hoopla
multitask.
or the
Yeah.
Libby,
yeah.
yeah. Talk about that. How long have y'all had this option for this?
It's been several years for our electronic collection. The Hoopla is one of our newer ones, although it has still been a couple of years with that. So there's Libby, which is the downloadable books and audiobooks, some music, and then Hoopla, which is books and audiobooks, but also music, movies, and television shows. So that is really popular at the moment.
It is.
We just got a new one, Canopy, which is a streaming service as well. So all of these are available for free with your public library card. You just create an account. Some of them it's you create the email password account and then attach your library card. Some of it's just you put in your library card. So as long as you have those, you can do that. And all of them have a kid's catalog version of it, so you can just
cool. We haven't
have ones
done
for
this
your
yet,
kids
so-
to do.
Okay.
We look up Ninja Turtle books, and also we think it's really fun to go get Ninja Turtle DVDs, but I mean, he's 5. He's never had it.
Oh, see?
I'm like feeling old. I'm like, a DVD. Like, who looks? Levi loves it. He wants to go check out a DVD and at the library.
DVD player?
Yeah, we still have a Blu-ray
Okay,
player.
I don't.
Yeah.
That's what I was like, I don't do anything
That's
with
still
this.
an option for people.
It
Like,
is
he
still
thinks
an
it's fun
option.
to go to the library and get DVDs.
And we still have them available. So our electronic collection is growing. It's one of our fastest growing.
That's awesome.
So hopefully
We have
people
all the
take
things at
advantage.
the library.
We do
And
have all the things.
I wanted, I don't know if we're talking about the same thing, but I was going to talk to just, you guys are funny on social media.
I know y'all are like
Talk about like
content creators.
Yeah, content creators. You're funny, and
we
how
try.
you get the team to all collaborate.
Well, we've got Tremaine and Jessica. They're our multimedia specialists. Tremaine's the multimedia technology manager at at the library. And they plan the things. Jessica really does a lot of our like graphics and the reels, the videos. In fact, we were supposed to do one today, but she was sick today. So I was like, okay, good, because I still need a bit of practice with that. Where she sends the reels or the videos and she's like, hey, we're using this audio and here's my plan. Here's what we're going to do. And we're excited to do it. It's
A fun part of the job.
It's a fun part of the job, but it is a bit of a learning curve.
Yes.
And trying to entice some of our other staff members to
Participate.
is
Gotta join 'em.
a little difficult. They
Yes.
don't quite
A little more reluctant.
but
Get
it's
it.
not
Like, we're librarians. We don't do this.
Exactly.
Video content
exactly. They're like, oh God, no,
creators
I don't want it. But
now. All of our jobs, though. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what we're
That's the way
expanding
it's
to
going.
this digital platform and really kind of
Yeah.
just seeing where it can go. And I mean, that's the fun part is like
Yeah.
the adventure just continues.
and it's another way to interact with our community,
yeah.
right? So
I always give you a like when I see those.
Really quickly before we leave, and we totally should have probably brought this up in the beginning, but
Plans
you have opened up a lactation room for
Oh,
moms
yeah, this
at
is
the
a
South
big
Branch.
deal.
well, yes, it is brand new.
It's opening
It's
up.
opening up next
Next month.
week.
Okay.
In 2 weeks, the beginning of
Yes.
December, December 2nd. So y'all are the first ones hearing about it.
Woo,
We
breaking
just
news.
picked
Here
that
on time
day.
for Mom Time.
Lactation
Yes.
room, South Branch, right?
Right. So after our Baby Steps program to hopefully entice our parents with kiddos to look at the room and stay. So that
This is huge. I remember
Yes.
being in that phase of life. I've since graduated from that phase, but that is just so comforting to know
Right.
that there's a place to go. You
specific
can still
place.
participate and not be like, I'm not going to go because that's too stressful of managing how to feed my baby in a.
Right. So, and WIC and the health department with the city have put some items in there. So anything in there is available for
I love that.
parents who
Love
use
that
it.
partnership.
So we're excited about it. It's not officially open yet.
But soon.
But
very
soon,
It will be
but
soon.
soon in the next couple of weeks, beginning of December. So that one should be available. The main libraries is still open and available. The mom's room there, and in our new Heritage Square, there will be one built in. So we're
so
excited
cool.
about that
I
too.
love it that we're catering to moms. We need to.
Right?
Everywhere. Every place
Yeah.
needs to do it.
Yeah.
Yes, very true.
It's important. So glad to see steps moving forward for that. We're excited for all that's to come with all of the
Yes.
library expansion and move. And so we'll be following along that
We are
journey
going to
for
be.
sure. But thank you so
Absolutely.
much for joining us here on Time
been
for Mom
fun.
Time.
Well,
You
thanks for having me.
You have created such obviously a legacy as Miss Library.
Oh, thank you.
And we have fond memories of our kids. We know that many in the community are still enjoying the younger
Yes.
kid activities. And
Hopefully. And in our new Heritage Square, our program offerings will hopefully be expanded. So
Oh,
there's
great.
many new things coming up.
Yeah, so you got to stay connected, whether
Right.
that's
Yeah.
physically going in person, online,
Yes,
your
online,
social
the
media
website,
platforms.
all the places, the library, and we're at many community events. So
We're
if you see
everywhere.
us at a table,
Dog Man, we just were there, and y'all were there.
yes, we did
That was
do
cool.
Day.
That
Dog
was
Man
great.
Day.
Yes.
Same day as TRXT. It was a busy day.
Oh,
Saturday.
yes, all the things are happening. I mean, it's great. I love to see, as I said, I was gone for a few years and back, and I love to see the growth and all that's happening.
Yeah.
So this is such an asset for us. So thank you for sharing,
you.
spilling the tea.
Well, thanks for
Miss
inviting
Library.
me on your
Yes.
podcast. It's
Yes.
great.
It's been fun.
It's been fun. And we want you to continue having fun with us. We do have quite the lineup, Stacie,
We
for
do.
several things coming up. We're going to be talking to an influencer who's shaking things up. We also are going to get perspective from an empty nester and even some Christmas cocktails and getting through motherhood and the holidays.
The holidays.
So all the
coming.
things. So stay with us for On Time for Mom Time because every mama's story is worth telling.
Until then, see you then.
See you then.